The number today, we just want to continue with that conversation on the state of the economy in the country. And I just want to start off with a few of those statistics that you saw in Sharon Mamanyu's story about the state of employment amongst the youth. This is something you've seen already, that 1 in 5 Kenyan youth is jobless. And this is according to a World Bank report. If you compare that with our counterparts in the region, there it is, 1 in 20. That means, the state of joblessness in Kenya is 4 times that in the East African countries. Now, so where are the jobs to be found? On Twitter, Mohammed Walie says, no country became great without passing workers through factory gates. We need more factories, not hotels. And interestingly, manufacturing is just what we're talking about here. Now, this is an interesting number that you need to focus on. So apparently, one manufacturing job creates 15 jobs outside the factory. And in fact, Professor Michael Jagger talked about this as well. This is a labor-intensive sector, and it's something we need to be doing a lot in. Now, what are some of the structural problems with the manufacturing sector that make this difficult to achieve? One is the cost of labor. And Zatsawari has also talked about this, but she says we shouldn't necessarily be thinking about lowering the wage bill, but rather increasing the output. Now, you want to note this. The median labor cost in the manufacturing sector in Kenya is 4 times that in Bangladesh. And it's also higher than India, Pakistan, Vietnam, Cambodia. It is therefore no surprise when many of these companies choose India, Pakistan, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Bangladesh to set up factories and manufacturing. Now, they continue to say that Kenya is not short of jobs, but it is short of high productivity jobs. Most are locked up in these low productivity jobs. And this is a quote from Jane Kiringai, who's a senior economist for Kenya at the World Bank. But here is another thing that makes manufacturing, which is something that could help boost the numbers of jobs in the country. It's the cost of power and the cost of electricity. So take a look at this. The cost of power in Kenya is 3 times more than that in Egypt. And this is what the government of Egypt did last year. They have spent 1.76 trillion shillings on energy subsidies. And this is why a lot of companies in the world are going to Egypt and South Africa in the continent. And many are leaving Kenya and saying the cost of doing business, the cost of manufacturing, the cost of electricity, the cost of power is way too high. So if we started to sort out the issues of productivity amongst the youth and bring down the cost of electricity, well, we could start to see that. But there is some hope on the horizon because we are reviewing the 844 curriculum. So perhaps a lot being done, even in terms of making sure that there's more electricity. So let's hope that there will be some improvement. But these are some of the structural issues that we take a look at. So when you think of that number, think of that, and let's see how we can possibly reduce this to make more jobs available in the country. That's your number tonight.